Good morning, and today I'm outside, right outside my garage door, and I've got this strange little Drone X Pro quadcopter. Now this is something that since my last video I've been doing a lot of research on. I've been watching a lot of videos, been reading a lot of documents about getting your certification for being a drone pilot, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I've dived headlong into researching these things, and after playing with this a little bit, and I've flown this thing probably 5 or 6 times, I've crashed the crap out of it. I haven't changed the props or done anything to it. I've got a freshly charged battery here that I'm about to insert, and I want to try and get some video out here in my driveway of me flying this thing, because I realize now that this is a complete and utter piece of crap. I mean, the app doesn't even work on my phone, so I'm not even going to be trying to fly using the app. I'm just going to fly this manually. It does not have GPS, it doesn't have sensors, it doesn't have dick on it. This is one of those things that if you can learn to fly this piece of crap, you can probably fly anything that has a GPS sensor on it, because with a GPS sensor, if you take off, it's going to take off and it's going to stop at a certain height where you stop it or you program it to. So you're flying around, and then if you get turned around or scared or freak out, all you got to do is let go of the sticks and it stops and hovers. How much harder, easier can it be than that? But because this is still under 249 grams by a long shot, because this is tiny, I had to look up some apps for getting approval or authorization to fly, because believe it or not, I'm so close to St. Pete Clearwater Airport here that I'm in a controlled flight zone right now. So I'm going to attempt to show this on video, but I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. I've got the Kitty Hawk app, and I'm going to pull that up, and I'm going to request LANC approval for flying this thing in my driveway, just to show that I am being legal with this and I'm not going to be exceeding 100 feet. In fact, I'm probably not going to be exceeding 10 feet, because I'm not going to have anybody here operating this camera, so I got to try and set this camera up such that you can maybe try and see it, and I can fly around the camera a little bit, so you can at least see that I kind of know how to fly a little bit. So let's get the clearance or the authorization set up. Okay, so here's my Kitty Hawk app, and I'm just holding this in front of the camera, so there's going to be a glare, and hopefully it'll still work out all right. So I'm opening my Kitty Hawk app here, and it's going to pull in my location right now. It says it's 69 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour winds. You can see this dot here is where I'm located, and if I zoom out, you can see that I am in a blue area of controlled airspace. Now, I have already zoomed in here, and I see that I'm in a green square area, so that means that I can get clearance for flight up to 200 feet. These red areas, the red boxes, are 0, because I see planes flying over me all the time. So I'm going to zoom way in here, because I'm really only going to get authorization for around my house. So let's go to, I think it's Add, Request a LANC, and I'm doing it for recreational purposes. I'm going to create my flight. Now, where did my dot go? Where am I at? I got to try and find me again. It moved me for some reason. Oh, here we are. Wait. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why it moved me way the hell out of there. See how big a spot it's got for me? What you do now is you just kind of move these X's way in. And I'm basically just going to have it right around my house here. I'm not going to fly any more than just the range of my camera, so that's good enough. I only need to fly 100 feet. Hopefully I was doing that in the camera view, I'm not sure. Let's say next. When and how long now? 30 minutes. Sounds good. Eligible for auto approval. Agree and submit to a bunch of terms and conditions. And I think I should be getting a text message right there. Text message. saying blank request approval authorized by FAA right there. So I have approval to fly. So now I'm going to turn this off and try and set this camera up so that I can get some flight. Okay, wish me luck. Let's see how this goes. Let's open this thing up first. Let's put up our fake antennas that don't do anything, but we can pretend like they do something. Turn the quad on after I insert the battery fully. Yes, I feel myself still doing the English, body English. Seriously out of drift. that's probably enough of that. Hopefully I got some of that in video. Let me turn this thing off. Anyway, now I got the camera set wrong. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, I can actually kind of fly this thing a little bit. This thing is actually pretty quiet. Now, let me adjust my camera here real quick. Get a better angle here. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I said this was kind of a piece of crap. And I'm only saying that just because the app is a piece of crap. This little quad is really pretty decent for what I paid. I mean, I think I overpaid for it still. I mean, $100, I probably could have shopped around and got it cheaper, but it is what it is now. But in the past, when I've flown this in my porch and out here, I've crashed the living crap out of this thing. I mean, it has hit walls, cars, trees, curtains, all kinds of crap. Luckily, I haven't had it hit one of my animals, and it survived. It still flies. It's not broken. Now, these landing legs come off pretty easily on the front, which is not a big deal. I could glue them in place if I really wanted to. But the thing I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to use this in conjunction with Real Flight 9 just to learn how to fly. At least competently enough to hopefully not get into trouble. Because I don't have any intention of using the camera on this or doing anything real with this. This is just kind of to cut my teeth on. And I think there was a comment in one of the videos saying, oh, I'm glad you're getting back into the hobby. No, I'm really not getting back into the hobby, especially this aspect, as far as just being a play-around thing. The things I'm researching and investigating now are actually getting something that's a little bit better so that maybe I can pursue a little bit more in filming and photography. So that's really the goal, or at least one of my ideas right now. It's not to get back into the hobby and go to the flying field and play with this piece of shit. That's not it at all. I want to hopefully maybe with practice and hard work become a lot better videographer and be able to do things, maybe not for a living, maybe for a living, you never know, but do things that are a little more professional, a little bit nicer, not to just go around and play, because I don't really give a crap about that. These things, in my opinion, they're okay, but the place where they really shine is being able to do videos and take pictures and that type of thing. As far as being a hobby or something to just go out and play with or race, I'm not interested in that crap at all. Not in the least. Whether I actually go to the field and try and shoot airplanes flying, I don't think that's going to happen either, because I have to A, be a member of the club, which I have no intention of joining the club again, and B, I would have to renew my AMA. Even though I have an FAA registration, I would still have to have AMA to join the club. So the chances of me going to the club with a better quad that has a camera on it to film airplanes flying is probably not going to happen, because I have no intention of joining a club or joining AMA again. I have got my FAA registration for these things for the next 3 years, and that's how I plan to use this. But let me go in there and look at this video. Hopefully I got some video that was usable, that you could see how I could actually kind of sort of fly this thing. Now, I've also been running a Real Flight Simulator. I've got probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour of flight time on Real Flight. But Real Flight is also kind of one of those things where it's like everything automatically has GPS. You let go of the sticks and it just hovers. So it's not as good for actually learning how to fly as something like this that has no GPS, no self-correcting capabilities, no accident or obstacle avoidance sensors, nothing. Yeah, this doesn't even have a ground avoidance sensor at all. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this.